No, you're right. You're totally normal.
Speaking of pieces of fruit, this is a good segue. Speaking of pieces of fruit, this is a K. Dorian Paradoxa, a.k.a. Earlp, a.k.a. Dayton Hypernova.
A.k.a. Right?
Remember when you said you could go like 2 hours without saying it?
I can.
You choose not to.
I just don't always.
I'm
capable of it.
I'm going to start this over because I know AG Lex going to clip this. So, hey, you remember Dayton Hypernova?
No, I'm kidding. Yes, I know.
He posted this. My family is such hick redneck tendencies. So this is, what do you think? Why do you think his family has hick redneck tendencies?
Because they wear regular clothes based on their gender and go to work?
No, it's because his brother needs a liver transplant. My mom just asked me to pray for my abuser. Her skinhead eldest son, for they fear his life now, needing a liver transplant. That's right. He needs a liver transplant.
Not Sherm.
Sherm
not
does.
our boy Sherm.
And my mom cried while saying it to me. She absolutely never cries. She shouts at people instead and believes John Wayne was right. Never show emotions. It makes you look vulnerable.
Well, your mom's right. Be a man. Be a man, Hogan.
Well, Wheel?
This is the day after my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
January 14th, 2021.
How was your birthday?
Oh, did you get a nice dress? Did you get a pretty little dress?
Your little pretty little frilly dress you could twirl around in?
For your little birthday?
Yeah, your little We're going to, by the way, we're going to take over when Sherman dies of liver failure, and he will.
It's one or the other. It's coming, folks.
We're going to take over the role of your abusers.
January 14th, 2021. I'm still a little bit tired. I slept a lot today, though, so...
He's tired because
I get it, man.
He's tired
It's
because he slept a lot today.
You tired? A little beat?
Tuckered him out. Tuckered out.
I went on a rant about this a couple weeks ago about one of the people I cover. Same thing, like no job, lays around all day, and did a video where she's like, and I'm really tired lately. I'm really tired. My back hurts. And I'm like, oh, you tired? Your back hurt from literally doing nothing? Like, nothing makes me angrier than people that do nothing. And then they're like, man, you know what? Oh, I'm beat. My dogs are barking. You're like, you don't do anything.
My uncle was downstairs with my religious neighbor and my dad. They're all right-wing people. And they're literally talking about the election stuff with Trump and everything going on. It's crazy.
By the way, that's the new N-word. It's just like a bunch of Republican conservative types.
Uh-oh, he's secretly recording them. Here we go.
Is it a secret if he's doing it all the time? Like, I think they know.
Well, it's secret for him. He thinks he is.
He thinks he's being slick. And everybody's constantly going, you got your phone there? You recording? No.
Yeah, you are, Dave.
No. Can we at least add some music to this, like some dun 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 dun?
Oh, I do that all the time. In the morning when I play the stuff. What I do, I actually have it. I actually have it queued here. Here you go. This is what I play for him.
They're listening to, like, I don't know, it sounds like they're listening to a podcast or something downstairs, or some sort of...
What if it was our show?
It's either podcast or video sometimes.
Listening to some kind of, like, alt-right podcast.
Well, I'll say this.
This neo-Nazi Ryan Long.
I know for a fact that at least one of his family members listens to our show. At least one. For a fact.
I hope is it one of the ones that's... I hope it's not one of the ones whose liver is failing. Because,
nope.
All right, good, because I don't want to lose... our only fan in the house.
It's another one.
That's hilarious.
I'm not going to say who his sister is.
What a dick move. Oh, no.
So, they talk...
Dayton, are you still in the bathroom?
Maybe did that.
Dayton, are you still in the bathroom?
between everything going on, and I can overhear them talking about ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. You're right. No. You're right, Dayton. They're ridiculous. The people whose home you live in are ridiculous. The people who provide for you, they're so ridiculous. They're down there, they're listening to some kind of podcast. And then you can actually hear in the background, you know, there's like, they say that like cavemen ate like mushrooms. And that was how they, bro, isn't that wild? Have you ever eaten elk? There's some bald midget guy, he's babbling about elk meat.
So we have this. But don't worry, that this is just him listening to them. But there's a part 2, and I have the part 2. Here we go.
Nice scarf, asshole. I hate the scarf.
I think it's cute.
Anyone who wears a scarf inside deserves to have that scarf pulled on, like the piano wire in Hitman.
Hitman 3 coming out soon. It sounds like they're listening to a commercial.
At Dayton Ford, we're here for you.
So,
Here we go. Someone says he looks like a Jim Morrison. So you mean Jim Morrison?
Yeah. What a weird way to live your life.
Secretly recording people
Like,
all the time.
He records and documents things that I would never even be bothered to know about.
This is now. I
listening to some crazy Christian right-wing shit right now downstairs.
It's crazy, right?
Donald Trump. It's a Trump thing.
It's Trump.
Pro-Trump thing. It's really ridiculous.
Stupid Trump. I hate Trump.
His video has 4 views.
I don't like Trump. It's just Trump. It's Trump. I hate Trump.
Here we go.
Donald Trump.
All right, here we go. All right, now we're getting to. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You ready?
There's a fucking Christian hypocrite on whatever that is, a podcast or something downstairs, talking about controlling speech if you have a different belief system than another person. I'm trying to imagine a Christian having absolutely no recollection of the entire history of the Christian religion, Christianity, anywhere, not just in America. All of Western civilization.
Oh my God! Is he doing the edgelord atheist bullshit?
I think the word
is he gonna go to a bookstore and put the Bible in the fiction section?
I think one of the worst things we ever did
Fucking
culturally was giving people with an 80 IQ this notion that as long as they don't believe in God, they're smart.
Yes,
they're SMRT because they don't believe in that. That they don't. What do you believe in? Some magic guy in the sky, man? But the thing is that like attitude trickled down from like academia and into this this world where people have like a 50 IQ and they're just like maybe I don't know, check like the entire history of like the Christian religion, and it's like, and I guarantee you, if you follow it up and go, like what, for example?
Yes, please.
Well, it's like they oppressed people and all the things they did.
Yeah, but who specifically?
They, like burned people at the stake.
Yeah, but who? But like name somebody.
Like the Christian guys, like those Christian people, Christian conservatives.
And what was your motivation?
Because God and because to oppress people of color.
Yeah, I just asked if you had Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibb. Can you tell me which one?
I wanted my health burritos.
Beyond. What assholes? What assholes?
What assholes?
Crazy.
Says the guy who's 35 years old, sitting in the dark and whispering into his phone because his parents are oppressing him.
Well, they are. You don't know what it's like, dude.
The way things were moving prophetically as Trump was dealing with the Middle East and Israel was so significant prophetically that the enemy just said, we've got to get this guy out to slow down the prophetic.
I wonder who it is they're listening to.
I don't know. And to be honest, full disclosure, it does sound like whoever they're listening to is also a retard.
Yeah.
But, you know, I actually wouldn't even mind if old Earl Peer was like, yeah, this guy's an idiot. What do you like if he was actually like legit smart and like red pilled on things, and he was like, oh yeah, no, that's why they stopped Donald Trump because he was so good for Israel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I go, oh, okay, but he's just going, Christianity is responsible for so many deaths. It's Christians. It's just Christians.
Have you heard of the Crusades?
Like, instead of just automatically writing the guy off because he's a Christian, point out that he is actually sound like he's being retarded. Dispute his facts.
It's so hard for me to actually, stand there and just stand there and totally still and just recording that.
So then don't do it.
But you don't have to do it. But you don't have to do it. No one's making you do it.
It's not like you're documenting
telling you to do it.
It's not like you're documenting child abuse.
Yeah,
like
no.
if his parents were down there just like burning his sister's kids with cigarettes and
Yeah.
stuff, and he's like, I have to be really quiet and do my best so I can get this footage and say like. Nothing you're doing is necessary. You're recording.
Who's making you?
You're recording two retirees watching television.
Yes.
By the way, they should hear. I'm going to get them later. They watch Jeopardy, and so my dad watches the early Jeopardies, and then he tapes it for my mom. But then he pretends like he didn't watch it, and then he'll pretend to know all the answers. I'm going to get proof.
That's a good move,
And
actually.
I'm going to take
like
these
that.
sons of bitches down. Oh, you never did that? Did you live where you grew up? Did Jeopardy play twice?
No, for me it was just once.
All right, we had Jeopardy twice on Channel 7 or whatever. So you'd get a 7 o'clock Jeopardy, and then the 9 o'clock Jeopardy was the same Jeopardy. So that was like the old gag up in New York, where you'd watch the 9 o'clock Jeopardy and be like, yeah, who is Louis the 16th? Like, boop, boop, boop. And you're like, wow, you're really smart. You're like, yeah, I caught
Like
the
Bill
7
Murray in
o'clock.
Groundhog Day.
Exactly.
I mean, to really sit through that or whatever, and to sit or stand through what that crazy shit is that they're listening to down there. It's hard for me to record any of this because it's like, who sits through 60 seconds of that, or just like, even
Dayton, I've sat through hours of your videos.
handles the bullshit coming out of people's assholes from mouths. It's sad.
Sad.
Bigot Christian right-wing shitheads.
Who you live off of?
Who's letting you live in your house, who you use their money and their credit card, who are feeding you, making sure you're okay, and who are letting you who have let you take over not only your room, but the entire attic for your 3D camera film that you're making.
Which is why, honestly, in a sense, I love Dayton Hypernova, because he is a physical, living, breathing embodiment of the modern American, where, like, from the 60s on, right? Like, all this Woodstock, free love, like, let's protest everything, all of the leftist bullshit and nonsense that they try to push, none of it would be possible. This country wouldn't even be here if it weren't for all the people they hate, the corny, white bread, Midwestern Christian conservatives. It's like the Christian conservatives for many, many years were the ones paying the bill. Mm-hmm. And these other lefties and these fucking, all the gay rights and the super, like, animal rights and vegans, all these little fucking subgroups get to exist because the people going to work and going to church and being normal, they're the ones paying the tab. So it's like, he's a perfect example of America in its current form. It's a dirty loser with no skills, no life experience, no IQ, no knowledge of this world, talking shit about the people paying the bills. Like that's to me is the greatest part of this. Like he really does represent the modern American, which is fucking imperialistic Christians, white people, ugh. And it's like, who do you think built everything, you asshole? And now like he really is just like a micro version of this.
Godly, message to the United States. Why is there this obsession that they have with being the center of the universe in the United States? Having the Christian faith in America, being honored as the one true religion in America. It's nuts.
But it's not honored as the one true religion in America. There's a lot of religions in America. What are you talking about?
It's sad. It's Kentucky bullshit.
Hey, you leave Boyd Crowder out of this.
Yeah, why don't you move from the Kentucky bullshit then? Why don't you move to the Big Apple?
Yeah.
There you go. Why don't you move to one of the big cities? Dayton.
And it's so funny when you see like these products of modernity, like Earl Peer, just bitching it. Like it's such a basic bitch take to be like hillbillies. Christian hillbillies living in the mountains, like, ugh, it's so gross. And it's like, meanwhile, I've been rewatching Justified, and I'm like, doesn't look so bad out there in the hills of Kentucky. Not a lot of people, not a lot of law enforcement presence, not a lot of bullshit. Just live up in the hills, smoke a little weed, stay to yourself. You know what I mean? Like the thing these people hate is actually, when you look at it, it's not that bad. It's actually pretty cool.
Is he just listening to them again?
Royce, he's doing a little something called being awesome.
Okay, I can't. I'm done. Sorry, Dayton. Enough. Enough. We've given you enough today. I could only handle him at little bits at a time,
I just his unearned sense of accomplishment, like his attitude, like these losers who I'm a parasite off. Like I wouldn't be alive, fed, or have a place to live if not for these people. But they're a bunch of backwoods fucking loser hicks, and it's like, okay, but then strike out on your own. Like I wouldn't even hate him as much if he was making a living for himself, living off, and just bashing his family. Like you're allowed to do that. If you wanna leave and you're grossed out by your family and who they are, and you strike off on your own and you get your own career and you build your own life, you kind of have a right to tell your family to go fuck themselves. But this motherfucker lives there. They pay him to live there. It's the balls on him, and then to have this smug sense of superiority makes me want to strike him. Can we deliver out and give it to Sherman?
That would be amazing.